Aloha all, Michael here. Today I'm going to talk about literary value. When we look at any form of literature, what we can do is realize that the author of that writing was describing an experience that occurred to them. It doesn't matter the style of writing or the type of literature that it is. It could be fiction, science fiction, poetry, prose. It really doesn't matter. When we assess how important literature is in our society, we realize that all of our achievements as human beings have been documented and then shared with others. So it really comes down to the believability of that story that resonates with us in order to inspire us and encourage us to do similar types of things. When we look at religious texts, what we can do is perceive the intention of, let's say, religious leaders however we want, or we can interpret the story of the author of whatever that they experience so that we can better understand how they perceive reality. If you look at the number of people who follow particular religions, it's pretty clear that there is a level of resonance that is occurring within any religion, philosophy, school of thought, faith, or field of study, such as sciences. Half of the world's population follows the teachings of Christ or the teachings of Muhammad in the Quran. So there has to be something there in order to get people to resonate and feel like they are a part of whatever those practices are teaching. So things are believable when they make sense. And if we understand the role of literature, it's really to convey meaning and to help others understand a perspective that that author wrote about. So every story ever written is truthful because the experience of that author really occurred. And it could be a very spiritual experience in which the storyteller is describing something that is of spiritual meaning and essence. So then what we're doing is we're reading about not only the thoughts but the feelings and emotions of that author. If the author is honest and sincere, then they will come across as having credibility, and it will be believable because it will resonate with the reader. The reader will be able to relate to the storyteller and think to themselves, hey, wait a minute, if they went through that and still achieved X, Y, and Z, then maybe that's something I can do as well. So it comes down to believing in yourself, being inspired, being influenced. And sure, we can take any data and manipulate it and use it to control others, which is what we see happening in the world with a lot of the religious leaders who have taken these doctrines and interpreted them in their own way, and then use that to control others through fear. So we understand that. We get that. The wisdom within anything ever written, regardless of it being a religious text, something of a philosophical nature, or scientific research, all of it is potentially useful information because the one who is writing about it was able to describe their experience in this reality of our human experience. So use literature to become more knowledgeable and understand that there's potentially useful information in those writings that can help you believe in yourself and hopefully inspire you to become more aware. All right. Love you guys. Namaste.